No problem.
No problem. You know, actually, the thing that is a little bit frustrating about that game was indeed exactly as you say, Bulldog. Veaga was actually ahead at some point.
Radiant team pick.
And Willow.
Yeah,
Radiant
why not?
team pick.
Why not?
Oh, they the same thing again. Does this mean they're going to go Lena again? Predictability coming out in the elimination third game? Oh, no.
We're going to ban the Husker as well. I'm scared of that. They will ban the Husker. No more cheesing. It's looking good for Navi or Veaga. You keep saying wrong team.
It looks so good for Veaga. Just because of the TA, that's it? And the Husker?
That's it. And Husker. Just the entire game last was based on the mid lane.
Yeah,
matchup, so. And they banned Lena. Understandable, but Dendi plays a lot of heroes.
He does.
Self-bander Magnus, though. We're not going to see that, sadly enough. And, well, we see Undying again. As I said, I like Undying for Vegas Squadron.
Yep. Did some good things.
He's a zombie.
Let's see. What if they steal the Willow, dude? It's that play? Probably not. No one else is playing Willow except for.
They could pick the Grimstroke here if they want.
Well, no, they can't do that at all. It's not in the game there, boss.
Why not? I think it's fair and balanced.
Yeah,
ready for CM.
There's Garbo. Let him in, Ice Frog, for the grand finals. If you're watching, I know you are, buddy.
Let in.
Let him in. Elder Titan picked up. Easy.
We've seen this hero being back in popularity a little bit.
Had too much success, though? Really?
I'm not the biggest fan of that hero. But, yeah, he's a pretty strong laner. You just get all those creeps.
Yes! Bless you. I was going to say I got to sneeze, and then I just did. My earphone fell out for that one.
That was really rude.
I tried to take the headset off. I'm sorry. You didn't try anything at all. I tried. I don't know. Shut this. It is good that you're the only one wearing that thing. Cause oh, no. Terrorblade. Okay. Oh, Lordy coming. Here he comes.
They got Gyro. He will kill all the Lucians, no problemo.
Okay.
And Veaga, they're going for the strat now. They know how to win Dota. Pick strong lanes.
Okay.
Don't lose in those lanes. They got Bane, one of the strongest support.
That's good.
And Wisp Gyro, who destroys most lanes.
Now they had a Brewmaster previous game on the offlane. What do you like to see from Veaga here on the offlane? Because they are, of course, a team that played Darkseer earlier this tournament.
Yeah.
Is this a Darkseer again? Darkseer is a decent laner, especially with some help, but he's fairly slow in terms of peak timing.
Yeah, they need some kind of initiator, and the normies are banned out, Centaurs out. But you could do the vacuum with Geralt. Or they will just go back for Brew again. This is a solid hero. Really good against Terrorblade Illusions. Just dispel them, because they're not real.
What is real?
What is real? What is the point of life?
What is the point of life? Dark. Okay, let's the game. Vegas Squadron. A couple ways you can deal with the Terrorblade here. Will we see the Forbidden Zos? We saw it before. Oh my God, Slax. I'm a god. We're not paying you enough. Hell yeah, dude. I like this answer here. Elder Titan's strength is being able to like sleep people and then set up easy initiations. Zeus prevents that with Nimby. Very good if they get to level 25, although that is quite doubtful with their current lineup. Ooh, I'm feeling it. Feeling it.
Yeah, it's a good hero against Terrorblade, and it's hard to really lose the mid lane. Zeus, like the opponent will farm with whatever they pick, pretty much, but Zeus, he will get some farm, and he'll get what he needs. And they banned the Husker, so that is not going to be a problem. But it is Magical's last pick now. What does he want to play against the Zeus?
Good question. Who owns Zeus? In the mid. Could Could this be? Let me think. Let me go through my Rolodex here of heroes. Who do I lose a mid against Zeus? Oh,
everyone.
Let's see. Nobody. Zeus invincible mid, man.
Well, let's play 1-1 after this then. I'll play Husker, you Zeus.
I'm not sure if you're the right person to try that 1 versus 1, Bulldog.
Chill.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Broodmother snapped out of here. I don't know about that one.
Just in case.
Why?
It would have been pretty cheesy.
It's just not nice to have to deal with it.
Doesn't really fit in their lineup that well, though, but it's just pretty annoying to have to deal with as Zeus.
But it would just, you know, they have this game plan and they don't want their game plan being messed up.
Last pick, Tony? Is that the carry?
No, Gyro's the carry. Tiny and Bane are going to be off lane, Zeus mid, Gyro, Io top.
Okay, okay.
That's right. Stop pretending now, Slacks.
Okay.
You're being paid. Don't forget that.
Not by you.
Paid for this.
Alright, so it's going to be a Storm versus Zeus in the mid lane. What do you think about that mid matchup, Bulldog?
Both will farm. Both will be happy.
Yeah?
Be no problem.
Is it enough for Veaga to take it this time?
They did pick the strong lanes.
Yeah.
What do they have for Storm, though? Not the greatest hero. Tiny's good, but outside of that...
They got Bane. They can Nightmare him. They can grip him.
Bane is great if he can actually click the ult on him.
That is difficult.
That is the problem. Bane is slow.
I'll go for Navi because I still think that despite maybe I think Veaga has a good draft, but I think Navi is the stronger team. So it's not up to me though, luckily, because otherwise it would be very boring. But we are going to head into an exciting match commentated by none other than Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Ooh.
Thank you very much, GVS Navi versus Veaga Squadron. Game 2 about to begin. We just saw what happened in Game 1. It was quite the showing from Navi. Veaga, they're going to go for it again. They're opening with this Gyro IO once more. And there's no TA, no clinks. A little bit of a change up from Navi overall. They get this 5th pick Storm. I mean, what do you think? What's strong here? What's not strong here? What are you worried about? What are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? There's an Elder Titan in the game.
That's true.
To that.
You got the ET going.
I'm looking forward to Veaga just having much better matchups this time around in the lanes. So they shouldn't come out too far behind in this one like they did last time. As the Tiny should be a better time. Kezu struggled a lot, like we were mentioning, and Zeus in the mid lane should be able to get a lot of last hits, should be able to lane fine versus Storm, but Storm also is going to get a lot of farm because he's versus a Zeus who can't bully him too hard unless there's rotations.
Alright, let's see how it goes down. See, yeah, if Dendi does indeed manage to just get a bit more out of the lane than he did in Game 1. And let's see if it's Gyro and Io sort of pop off like they did in the first game too. It's going to be hard, as I said, that really was quite an opening 10 minutes from the Gyro and Io. But we'll see if Madara and MNT can start this game in a similar style.
They got so many kills in that last game and they still weren't able to take it.
Yeah.
But they are versus this like similar kind of lane matchup. It is the Phoenix as well as the Axe, so it's still the Axe, but the Phoenix is a little bit different than the Willow. The Willow can't actually provide any control to kind of hold them off. But you have your own way of like saving yourself because you've got the dive, but they have a lot of chase down. It's Blizzy. They're
30 seconds to
Well, they not see him, I guess, in that certain spot.
deep breaths.
I guess totally hidden from sort of that vision when you walk past. Nice.
Very sneaky.
Blizzy in that little hidey hole.
Are they changing the lanes here? So they want Kezu to get more, is what that tells me, than the last game. So he can at least be protected and being a 1v1 versus an Axe. And they want to just play it aggro. They want to try to shut down the Terrorblade as right away. Battle. Elder Titan has the triple spirit. So lots of damage coming through. Plus 15 for each hero. Chu is a very good Elder Titan too. I'm going to be having a treat to watch it.
Okay.
He had an excellent showing, I believe it was yesterday, right, when he played it?
Yeah, I believe, yeah, we did see some Chu Elder Titan yesterday.
Yep. He's very good at making sure he prioritizes, you know, stacking camps, getting that high level 2, the fast level 2 on the Spirit, so you have 2 points. But it is still a strong lane, because they're versus an Elder Titan and a Terrorblade who rely on like timings, a lot on like the Terrorblade having meta and the AT having those stacks after that first minute. As mid lane we see our magical 5-1 versus the Zeus. Zeus's 2 last hits. I saw that Dendi went for the lightning bolt level 1.
Well, top like Blizzy, I mean, he does like to go for his creep cut, but falling pretty low.
He has a lot of regen. He brought 9 tangos this time with the salve. As we see, I believe, when Seneko pulls the side here. So Blizzy's actually doing a great job here, making both heroes focus on him as this Phoenix pulls a hard camp and he's going to deny a full wave from the Tiny. Or make him at least walk over there. Oh, courier. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who gets the last hit? Should be the Tiny. But the axe is coming over to push him away. Okay. So a full wave is going to actually be denied by Seneko. So great movement there in that top lane. It's mid-magical. He's dropping low. He's got a lot of regen though. Has to be careful. Oh, gonna be okay though.
Same time down bottom. Chu does drop. Jarnaya, Matter and MNT will get themselves first blood.
Putting that pressure on. And that was with meta getting popped as well. So whenever they don't have meta, that bottom lane is much harder for them. So this lane matchup for Veaga looking good in that essence. Mid matchup though, Storm having a great time. A little bit of a better animation on the attack, but Zeus does have high damage. So pretty even on that.
And is there any, are we likely to see any sort of support rotations early on? Is there anyone that's able to make sort of a move towards mid to make things a little better for Dendi? If they can get an early rotation onto the Storm pre-6?
Not really. It's like the Bane would be the one to go, but yeah. he wants to stay top to make sure that Kezu can get farm, and they can do this. The toss back.
All right, under the tower.
Great play.
They'll get the kill. Blizzy taking out 2 kills so far for Veaga Squadron.
I think keeping lanes is good. They're pressuring bottom. Kezu's getting nice farm top. And they're even getting that side pull off. Bottom lane should be very good for them now. Having that ward blocking the camp is really good versus that other 10 as I was mentioning. And now they have this like double range versus double melee whenever meta is not up. And high magic damage, which is always important to have when you're versus a Terrorblade, since he has that incredible amount of armor. Two pretty successful lanes for Veaga. Just the one lane, of course, that's not going perfectly.
But definitely sort of across the map, a smoother opening for Veaga this time, yeah, compared to game 1. Just in terms of sort of all 3 lanes taken into consideration.
Yeah, last time it was like 2 lanes were going really well, or 1 lane was going really well. Yeah. This time it's 2. So, and they will get themselves a kill as well on Seneko.
All right, there you go. 3 kills in so far.
Tiny, one of the stronger dual lanes that you can see at pretty much any times. It's because of those base stats. Tiny is an absolute beast always. And the potential for those tossbacks. So as you see Blizzy, he's positioning himself for just some creep cutting up top, since he knows just laning versus him is just too hard. Chu has level 3 now, so that level 2 spirit's coming in, but Madara...
They've got Metamorphosis back online as well. So Crystallize, he can turn, start to punch towards the... Ooh, the Courier did come in as well. We'll get back out in time.
They just don't have to actually hold them in place just yet, because he's gone for the 0-2-1 build on the other Titan as we see him...
is under attack.
And Chu will put the counter spot. He also is now the pull. So the pull set the lane back, but Crystallize getting pressured.
They've got a lot of magical coming in with the Rocket Barrage and the homing missile. As Crystallize taken down, the Rocket Barrage doing all that's needed to get the kill in mid lane. Dendi survives as Magical tried to get in and on top of him. BKB, it's going to be hard for Crystallize to turn up to fights.
Yep.
Lots of ways to burst him down. And no sort of crazy heroes by his side to keep him alive. He does have the Phoenix, probably the sort of the best bet in terms of offering the heal.
Looks like it's going to be a slow start, though, for them.
Yeah.
Very slow start for Navi. They're going to have to, at least from what the laning phase is looking like, have to depend on some mid-game plays, just like last time with the X Blink whenever he is going to be getting it. But Blizzy also quite slowed down. Like we mentioned, successful draft for Veaga in the laning phase.
So here we go, back in. 1k lead for Veaga Squadron at the moment. As the Crystallized Terrorblade suffering the most out of the cores. Just a little less CS than the counterparts across the map.
They might want to be positioning and rotating the Phoenix down whenever Veaga does try to set up to dive onto plays to kill Crystallize. I think they do need some help down here, at least some slows, something to at least pull them off of this Terrorblade. Because now ET does at least have a level of stun, and he's got this big pull next to him too, so he can use that for high damage increase from his Spirit. But they need a little bit more to be able to catch and slow down this Gyrocopter and Isle running down the Terrorblade. We've got 6 now on Blizzy though.
See up top.
Quick toss.
They want to dive, they don't. They'll let Kezu stay alive. Woo! Kezu just turns with the Avalanche, Thunder God's Wrath, and Dendi.
Nice communication coming in between them too. That was very quick timing.
Yeah, knowing they had just the right amount of burst.
Not something we would have seen like from the earlier days here from Veaga. They were definitely hesitating a couple times with those Zeus when they picked it before. This time though, no hesitation.
More than prepared.
So we see 195 damage on the Elder Titan when he gets the Spirit off the Bane. Sleep comes out, gets woken up by Chu, and the rotations are coming from Sineko.
Yeah, this time the Phoenix is there to back him up. Dives forward.
Can they actually get any type of catch here? It doesn't seem like it. They don't have these reliable laners like on the other side where it's a Bane, someone who can just instantly nightmare somebody to set up for a kill. They don't have these natural stunts. Elder Titan Stomp is pretty unreliable to land versus very speedy heroes.
Do you like this as well from Blizzy this game, rushing the hood?
Like you said it yourself, right? So much magic damage on the side of Veaga. It seems like it's more of an optimal choice than a Vanguard.
Yeah.
Just hood, blink. He can at least also like use the hood and then always be able to use the blink dagger in case he gets hit by Zeus ult. And a rotation coming down from Magical.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get himself on top of the IS, and Navi get themselves a couple of kills on the board. Both the IO and Gyro falling.
A lot of gold for both of them too. 332 and 301 when they rotate 4 heroes just for 2. That completely chunks down that lead that Veaga did have. But yeah, I like this hood build a lot. Versus Tiny, versus Zeus, versus Gyro.
Doesn't worry about being comboed out of the lane.
Yep. Or have his blink cancelled if there's a Zeus ult, so you can blink if he uses it early.
Haste!
Crystallize still a bit slowed down though because of all the pressures that have been coming out. He might just become a jungler. It's Magical looking for a commit forward. They have the Elder Titan there too. Connects.
It'll be enough. They can lay down one more remnant. Punch Dendi down. Thunder God's Wrath as well to dodge. Sorry, the Bull Lightning to dodge the Thunder God's Wrath. Sineko. Ooh, TPing out just in time before the Rocket Barrage kills him off. There's Navi starting to get themselves a bit better footed in this game.
Some great momentum for them, getting themselves those kills, getting their lanes situated a bit here, high levels too, because they get those kills on these like over-leveled people in the bottom lane. Now, like we said, the Terrorblade, he goes and does Terrorblade things, goes to the jungle, as his team will have to occupy and TP to be able to try to defend this bottom lane. And crystallizes his game. All he has to think about is himself. He's just like, all right, I'm Terrorblade now.
Blizzy. Just get the cool. He's got a good amount of creeps hitting into him as well. So a good number of spins onto Kezi. Down bottom, Chu looking for the hunt. And found the IO. Oh, have the MNT. He's got the tether away, homing missile as well onto Magical. Holds the storm back, and Veaga Squadron able to safely retreat.
Could turn to be a little bit of a difficult game for the IO. Not like last game where it's, you know, a Clinks and a TA hunting him with high physical damage, but ET Spirit makes your life a little miserable because they're always going to know where you are. He just throws the Spirit on you, and then the storm can just beeline toward you in the back. So giving Chu the lane here. I'd like to see Veaga try to punish this because we know this. We see this so many times where carries go to the jungle, you give, or carries make rotations, and you give these supports the lane. Have to try to find a way to punish this, but we see Magical is constantly threatening down bottom, and he's looking for the kill on the IO, but looks like he might not be able to get it.
Had to dive in, but they have a limited mana there. They won't go for more. Sneko did get the spirits out on the dive onto the IO to get MNT again.
Magical's just playing all around bottom. Every time they try to make an aggressive play to punish the supports, he's there in response to try to set up for those kills and slow down Vega's aggression. They're up to now 4 kills, and their Axe is farming great. He's just alone top. Even with this hood build early on, he feels pretty damn strong. So we saw these stacks being made by Pexu. They even stack that medium camp one more time, and they will be able to farm it. But they are under vision.
From the grip.
They're setting up on the relocate though. They did have wards placed now.
Oh, they are, and they've got the Supernova. They've also got the courier as well if they want to, but now they're not going to look towards the courier. They're just focusing on the kills. And with the sleep in the egg, they should have a good shot of finding this. The matter up will burn out. 2 dead on Veaga Squadron, and the rest having to retreat. Navi well in position to fight that off the bat. Maybe they'll lose more though. Chu will go separate ways as Chu will fall. So Veaga are able to take at least a second one. Responsible for losing the 2, but mid lane crystallize. He's using the space open up to push it onto the mid tier 1 tower. Kezu and Dendi will force him away for now. And a very close game as it stands. 12 minutes, 6 for 8. Pretty much even on the net worth.
How's Blizzy doing even after that death? He looks like he's having a really good time on that Axe in the top lane.
Oh, he's still very well farmed.
Yeah, still only about 800 gold for the Blink Dagger, and that's the big timing that we see that Navi plays around. It's well, all off-laners really in particular, getting that Blink for the initiations. We've seen how well they did in the last game. Some they don't have a global, but they have excellent follow-up. If they get a call on 2 heroes, we're gonna expect an Elder Titan stomp into a splitter. Can be real devastating for Veaga if they're not prepared as Magical commits forward, looking for a quick dive onto Dendi. And he will find him.
Easy pickings for the Storm.
And the thing about Storm with Elder Titan is you're this mix of magical and physical damage. So in the early game, when you just throw a spirit out onto somebody as ET, Storm is very happy about that. Your overload hits, your static remnants get buffed up a decent amount, and you see how much extra damage it really can be. And he's got a Kaya finished up too. So good timing on that Storm. As Madara and a couple other Veaga, they start invading, getting some wards down, and keep pressuring this bottom side. Kezu almost has his Blink Dagger too. So staying in pace with that, actually ahead of pace of that Axe. Got to start making up start looking for some plays though. When they have that Axe Blink Dagger, they have multiple ways of setting up around the map. With the Fiend's Grip, with the Axe, with the tiny Blink Dagger, they can easily set up for relocates. And they can scout too, right? They can use this ulti to prepare and be like, okay, now we know where we can hunt, we know if we can commit really so far forward. Navi are positioned around this Axe though to make sure he can get his Blink Dagger at a good timing and clean up this last top tower, or this tier 1 tower. I don't know why I said last top tower. Outer top tower is what I meant. And again, Chu, he does this on anytime he's playing versus IOs, he'll build that Spirit Vessel or Urn, so he can just keep throwing that Urn onto IO, or that Spirit Vessel when he does get it, just to keep slowing down the healing.
Dire are scanning.
Yes, here we go. Smoke moves.
Find it, Veaga. Sweep it around. Dendi's got a haste rune, so he can be quick to join them if they find the catch. TPs are coming in to defend this from Navi, and in fact Blizzy Straight away with the call, getting himself on top of the backups there from Madara. In goes Kezu with the combo. The magical isn't up, and now in the midst of it all, they've got a egg taken down immediately, but they lose 2 heroes. Both the Gyro and the IO4, the Fiend Script there, the control onto magical. As Veaga come out on top, they get the 3 kills. Not quite done yet either as they're looking for Chu. The toss-up's there. Ooh. The Nightmare actually blocking a little bit of the damage, but it doesn't matter. They kill him nonetheless. As Veaga get 4 kills off the back of that. And Navi, they felt that they could take that defense, throwing a defense together, but it wasn't enough.
It wasn't the same as last time we saw in the last game, right? The previous game we saw Blizzy TPs to the tier, in the situation where it was top, he TP to the back tower, allowed his other teammates to TP to the front and get the setup. This time he TPs to the front, instantly jumps forward, and the coordination's just not there. Navi's not prepared for that type of jump to follow up with an Elder Titan stomp so they can actually get away. Veaga in the perfect place, all surrounding that tower. And it's just going to be a straight BKB rush on Madara as he wants to just continue this pressure. Not really worrying too much about physical damage until Terrorblade starts joining the fight too, so just wanting to focus on protecting himself from any magical burst. And Crystallize, you know, he's been left alone for quite a long time on this Terrorblade, but in this type of game where there's so much magic damage, he wants to go for the hood, so he did.
He really wants to kill off Madara, but the homing missile stuns there. Seneko throws his life away as well, and definitely an attempt of frustration trying to go for the Gyro alone, despite the Gyro being backed up by the IO. That was never going to work out for Seneko. And Navi, they lose an unnecessary extra death.
Good play by Kezu. It looked like he was prepared for that. Some type of movement coming onto their IO Gyrocopter. We've seen Navi do this before, and we know what happens, right? When you're playing with IO Gyrocopter, you know the enemy team's going to be trying to hunt them as much as possible. They've already hunted there once before. And with that stun avalanche, he's able to distance himself with the Gyro and survive. As Peksu is on a warding mission, has been spotted.
That should be fine, though. Oh, these body blocks. Oh, they're nice.
He's got a shrine.
And not nice enough. He'll be fine. Same time mid. Zip in, they found him. They found Kezu out alone, pushing that middle lane, and Magical will be quick to take the kill. That's a good amount of money.
Yeah, he gets
a good amount of money for the Storm.
Gets the tower on Kezu, but pays with his life, and it gives up that huge kill bounty. Oh man, that's going to be a quick surge forward toward that Bloodstone. And like the panel was mentioning, oh, he's actually zipping forward for another kill onto Dendi immediately right afterwards.
And he's got it. Can he get out though? He's out. He's very low on mana. Madara and M&T are going for it, but Blizzy is there with the call for the back of the homing missile. Will still connect. Oh, Ball Lightning to dodge it. Magical's got the jukes, and again, Blizzy with the calls like we saw in game 1, making all the difference, protecting his Storm.
Top tower is under attack.
How close are we to that Bloodstone on Storm? He's got to be getting there. He's got the 2 pieces at least, so it's pretty early timing already. Level 15 as well, so he's got that health talent, so 2,000 health on that Storm whenever he does commit forward for those kills. An early Bloodstone versus this hard disable, like not the easiest disables on the side of Veaga, could really cause so much trouble. Him just zipping back and forth. Since he has that damage amp from the Elder Titan, it makes it a lot easier to do the Bloodstone build this game. And now full Spirit Vessel on Chu. They prioritize giving him the farm so he can constantly throw that onto the IO. And Dendi has to be so careful. He's even going for, we saw this build from him the other day too, right? The Yules into Glimmer Cape so he can try to defend himself when they try to pierce the back lines.
Let's see what Veaga can find with the smokers. As it stands, Navi, slight lead to This is sort of about the similar time where in game 1 we saw Veaga go for a smoke that ended up in a failure. And really sort of set Navi with the advantage. We'll see if a repeat performance happens here, if Veaga can get away with a much cleaner initiation.
They have vision of magical, they have high ground sight, and it's about 20 seconds until those bounty runes do spawn.
Kezu
Dodging the remnant. They're setting themselves actually for bottom, so they're not expecting Veaga to be up top. And they're looking to take a fight around these bounty runes, so both sides swap up. So actually literally like mirror movements, both sides warding high grounds, making sure they can get vision near those rune areas and near those tier 1s that they want to be trying to take here. Of regen rune in Magical's bottle again, the second time this game. Crystallize he's gotten up pretty nicely. He's at the full SNY, so full SNY into the BKB. So he wants to start being able to try to join into some fights with his team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like getting away with not just the tier 1, but the tier 2 tower as well down here.
They push a lot faster, even if it's a tiny plus an IO gyro. This is a Terror Blade.
And Blizzy's set up for any sort of defense that comes in behind the tower. So we'll see what the plan is here from Veaga. Do they really want to try and go in on this? They've got the Nightmare. Jump forward, Kezu's trying for the combo onto the Storm, but it's not enough damage. Now they're ready to turn the fight around. Blizzy, he's got the call onto the gyro and the IO on the side.
Oh no.
You did not want to defend this, Veaga. This was never going to be a successful defense, as they just throw away 4 lives entirely unnecessarily. And with the meta still up, Navi, they could just push up to tier 3s. As it was about this time that Veaga made the big game-changing mistake in game 1. They've done it again in game 2, Fog.
And it's just a Rax for Navi. If they want to commit forward for it, does an IO relocate right in the back line?
You can't make those mistakes.
Navi had vision all prepared around that area. You have to kind of expect it. If you're relocating in the back lines there, you have to expect they're going to have that vision. And Blizzy, he just jumps, gets the